Welcome back to Pressed Conference. How are you, Niru?
I'm doing really good. How are you, Amanda?
I'm doing so well. I'm so excited for today's episode with special guest Belakboy. We're going to be talking all things about the villains roast, some unaired tea from Jewel Sparkles. She spilled a lot when she was here in Nashville. Niru, aren't you so excited that we have finally unlocked memberships on YouTube?
Yes. Oh my God, about time.
As you know, we ended our Patreon a while back. We really wanted to revamp things and find a better place to put our membership perks. We're going to be doing our perks on youtube.com. You can join our channel memberships. We have 3 tiers. We have local press, regional press, and national press. So in your local press tier, you'll unlock access to emojis that are customized by us. So we have 8 regurgitate, devour, nibble. You also will unlock loyalty badges. You will immediately get access to the iconic Nirupam picture where they're going, and then as you go up, you'll unlock more. We've got Kokomon Treese edits on Niru's face. We've got me in a Glamazonian Airways inspired look. And then with the regional press, you get everything from the local press. You will also get access to videos ahead of time. We can't guarantee anything above the minimum of 12 hours before the main episode will air. We will be uploading this as soon as the edit gets finished, which varies depending on the time that our guests can join us. So we'll try to get it to you as soon as possible, but we can't give a specific time like we do here, where we're usually at 12 p.m. Central Time for our episodes. And then finally, we have our national press tier, which gives you all the perks of local and regional press, but you get a member shout out at the beginning of our episodes here, where we're talking right now, just like we did with our patrons on Patreon. So be sure to check this out. We're really excited to bring some more fun to our podcast.
Also, it's just a way for you to support if you like our videos, honestly. We're definitely going to include some more things later in the future once we are more established, but it's really been great, the way we've been.
Yes. Once we get the ball rolling, it's going to start getting better and better. Once we have a membership built up, we want to open up to have exclusive Q&As where you guys get to submit questions and you get to ask our favorite queens that come and guest what you want to know. We're going to be expanding on this, but we're starting back up just now, so we have to work small and build up the perks as we go. Without further ado, let's get to the theme song. Be sure to stream Pressed Conference by Amanda anywhere you listen to music.
Yes, welcome back to Press Conference. We have Amanda and we have Bombae. Hi, it's been a while since I think all 3 of us have been in the same episode, so it's kind of crazy.
Hi, Niru. Do you want to breathe a little? Just
yeah, would you like?
No, I'm just so excited. So I was like,
oh, okay. That's what that was. Cool.
Yeah, very excited. Yeah, today we have a special guest, which when I introduce them, you're probably going to be like, who? Which is a valid response. We have someone named Belakboy, who is a YouTuber, TikToker, we don't know. So please give a round of applause to Belakboy.
Yay! Welcome. Was that the rehearsed read, Niru?
No. I didn't.
Oh, there's more. Okay.
I'm telling you, I have not rehearsed. I don't rehearse. I just show up.
Do you usually read the guests that you have on here?
Occasionally.
Listen.
That's not.
Oh yeah, what did you say to Rose? Oh, you weren't here for Rose.
I wasn't here.
Right. Yeah, I Niru was in the chat begging Rose to follow her back, and
I was like, "Girl, follow back."
And did she?
No, I don't think anybody saw that. And then I said something mean about someone. I forgot who it was.
Well, that's every week.
Yeah. I would read you back, but every day is a joke for you, Niru.
Wow. Wow.
Thank you very much for having me. I'm very excited to be here. Especially after I was so graciously not invited when you had Clover Bish here. Clock that. Not want the rest stop reunion.
She's such a sweetheart. My God.
No, she really is. It's just very fun to kind of do this with all of you. I don't think Bombae and I have ever interacted really much before, so this is going to be a really fun time. And then, of course, Amanda and Niru and I, we always kiki a little bit. So I'm very excited to be here, and thank you very much for having me.
Oh, so congenial.
Thank you. It's always great to invite fans on the show, I feel like. Its energy is always great.
Belak, we should see how you feel at the end of the podcast. Let's circle back.
Now we usually ask like a question or so to our guests, like about their life, what they're doing. But you don't have anything going on, so we're gonna move on to the episode. I feel like.
Wow, could have seen that coming from a mile away. Stevie
I know.
Wonder with a blindfold could have seen that coming from a mile away, Niru. You were so silly.
Listen, after Arrietty's roast, I feel like she kind of sucked humor out of everybody who watched it. Like the episode.
And what was your excuse before Arietty's roast?
It was a person called Bombae on Canada's Drag Race during the makeup challenge.
Oh my gosh. Well, maybe it's time to switch up the energy and bring
Alexis Mateo as a baby. I just remember that.
What?
Okay.
That was so
My God,
random.
that one brain cell she has is working overtime. Let's just
Just in my mind. That was so. What was she? Ron DeSantos?
Okay,
Wait, what are we talking about?
Words. Let's use our words, Niru. What are you talking about?
Wait, in Canada versus the world, during the Snatch game, the Rusical, she
She
played
was
like.
she was like Liberace, no? Like a Liberace.
Wait, did she have the baby in the Rusical or real life? I'm so confused.
No, she does not have a baby in real life.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. She played a baby. I don't know why I remembered, because I thought of Arietty and the baby, and then I moved on to Alexis Mateo.
So true.
Thank you for holding space for that. Thank you so much.
Okay, maybe let's shift back to where we were focused on, which is Drag Race season 17, the villains roast.
What a good idea.
Yes, agree. I could have never thought of it. Should we call you Matt or should we keep saying Belakboy? What should we do?
Whatever works. I don't care.
I didn't know that Belak was his last name. I thought he was like a wordplay black boy. I thought he was black. And I was like, like you're light skinned, very.
Your first mistake, Niru, was thinking. Just let it go.
I thought it was like,
I thought Belak was also like a pun on something like
like black boy. Like I thought it was.
But I have found out that since I've had this username, apparently Belak means something in Tagalog that I don't remember, but it means something.
Oh, it's a
NSFW. And there have been fans of Drag Race Philippines that have been like, "Oh, I thought he had like an OnlyFans because of his username." I was like, "Oh no."
Oh, does it mean big?
I don't know. I don't remember, but I've since found that out. But that is not the case. That's just my last name.
So let's hop into the episode. I feel like it's time. Matt, how are you feeling about season 17?
I think this is one of the best seasons of the modern era of American Drag Race. This has been so good so far. I've been really especially loving the drama this season. The storytelling is absolutely spectacular.
Yeah.
One of the best drama-filled seasons we've had all in a long time. And I think Drag Race has been on this upward trajectory of like season 15, 16, and now 17 has been really bringing it home. I've been really enjoying it. The characters, Lexi Love, Onya Nurve, Sam Star, even I'm surprised to say. It's all just been very lovely, I think, so far. So I've been really liking this season.
I love it.
Why are you surprised about Sam Star?
Yeah.
Well, aren't you?
No.
No, but Sam Star, I will say, Sam Star at first, I wasn't privy to her, but in the past like 3 episodes, she's really on the up and up, and I've just been really falling in love with her as a character.
Yeah. This season has been good. I think after season 3, there was nowhere to go but up. Season 13, sorry, not season 3. Season 13, there was nowhere to go but up.
What?
Yeah, no, season 13 was not the best. And
are you just saying that because you're mad that you weren't in the Rose episode?
I don't think I missed out on anything.
Fucking rude.
Love Rose.
That's putting you at the bottom of this.
Yeah. Hide her. Amanda, are you liking what do you think about this episode so far?
This season so far, I really love it. I love seeing a playmate do well again.
Who?
Lexi. Last week, Corey King and Lydia B. Kollins lip synced, and Corey sashayed away. Matt, do you agree with that?
I do. I not only do I think Corey lost the lip sync, not only do I think Corey, had the worst look of the week, but I also think Corey kind of gave up.
Right.
I think in the last episode that she was on, you can kind of tell that Corey not necessarily was defeated, but she was more so like, I think I'm going to go home either way, so I'm just going to do me. And that I feel like you see reflected in the decision for her to still make a cocktail dress rather than a gown. I think she knew her time was done, and so she was like, let me just have fun, kiss my boyfriend, and call it a day, you know?
True.
Yes.
Definitely
Also,
agree.
wasn't she going to quit if she was shantaed?
Yes, I think she said that at
Oh.
Roscoe's.
Wow. Well, I'm glad it played out the way it did because Rue would have not liked that.
No.
And it
true
also
love, I
felt like
guess.
a very graceful and good way to end your drag race journey, as opposed to this episode.
Mm. And we will definitely get into that.
Just like you have to like stop the video and just take a moment.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Last week's episode was very hinged. This week's
Yeah.
episode is unhinged, off the rails. The cabinets have fallen down.
Yep. And it's still the best episode of the season.
Yes. So it's a new day in the workroom. And instead of RuPaul greeting the queens, it's Mother Michelle Visage. And Michelle says she's going to bring back someone from earlier in the season, the Badunkadunk Tank. Did we think that there was going to be a previous contestant returning?
Yes, Naisha Lopez.
And goes home this episode again.
Guess who's back? And she doesn't even stop. She just goes straight to the exit.
Yeah. She's been on 3 episodes and she's gone home twice. Isn't that like a...
That's so sad for her.
Well, not really.
Oh my god.
I'm glad that happened.
I thought for sure it was going to be Serena Chacha.
Oh yeah.
With the tank? Oh my god, her iconic photo shoot from season something.
With the crab legs. Season 5?
Yeah.
Iconic.
Amazing. And then guess what? When they go out to do the Badunkadunk Tank, Nirupam's idol Joey Nolfi joins the group on the main stage.
I really do. I really love Joey Nolfi.
Niru is obsessed with Joey.
But he never gives us promo photos before this. Like, slip it to me so I can record my videos. You know, like day early so I can post it the next day.
Joey's gonna go like, I should risk my job and this NDA.
Yes.
Because this content creator wants to shoot a video. We'll see how that plays out in Joey's head. I'll let Joey know.
Because they drop it at 5 a.m. If he just slips it to me the day before.
You're up at 5 a.m. Who are we? Who are we kidding?
Someone's got to watch that Nicole Kidman ad for the 100th time.
That's what I do. Late at night,
Yes.
3 a.m.
So Michelle has each person go up, sit in her seat, asks a question, and then sort of lie detecting sort of Q&A, but no matter what, everyone's answers was wrong. Everyone was incorrect, so everyone got dunked. Would you want to go in that dunk tank just for fun? I kind of would.
Oh,
A little bit.
Absolutely. It looks like so much fun.
They say the water is warm, so I'm like, it can't be that bad.
they're
Especially with
lucky.
how like cold the studio gets.
Yeah, it'll be like a
That's
sauna moment.
You know, they did this dunk tank because, like, they brought it back because they know no fat queen is left. Because imagine if it was someone like Mistress or me.
Oh
or
my
like
god.
Cookie, and they had to be on the dunk tank. Like, I'm being serious. Like, you go in, water comes out, set is flooded.
Yeah.
People don't want to be canceled so bad. Oh my
Cricket.
god.
This week's Maxi Challenge is the Villains Roast to honor iconic villains Candy Muse from season 13, Plain Jane from season 16, and Mistress Isabel Brooks from season 15. But let's get into the roast. Disclaimer before we start, I have a lot of unaired tea that I found out from Jules from her time at the Drag Race viewing party at Tribe Nashville hosted by the Princess. Shout out to Tribe Nashville, Play Nashville, Big Drag Bus. But as always, this is public information that was shared at the viewing party. I do not tell you things that were said in private or something that was asked to be off the record. So, you know, do not come for me, legal teams.
Hello.
Anyway, so since Jules won last week's Maxi Challenge, she got to choose the running order for the villains roast. So she requested each queen to tell her who wants to be where in the lineup and why. The queens didn't feel threatened going after Arietty, Lana, or Lydia, but they would feel nervous going after Onya, Suzie, or Lexi. So where would you all want to be in the lineup? Who would you not want to go after? Or who would you want to?
Belak, you start us off. Where would you like to go?
I feel like I would definitely want to capitalize on Arietty flopping. I would. Because I know myself, I'm not particularly funny off the cuff, but I feel like I could do okay with like written jokes ahead of time, but only okay. I could not go head to head with Lydia's roast or Susie's roast, etc., etc. So I would want to place myself surrounded by the girls who I know will not only do bad, but just straight up flop. That so I can at least pass by. But of course, we all know that the roast position doesn't really matter. If it's funny, if it's funny. If it's not, it's not. The roast position is a matter of mind games more than anything.
Yeah.
So either way, I feel like I could pass by if I was with these group of girls. So that's kind of where I would place. But earlier, the better for me as well, too. I would say like I want to be like the first 3 to go.
Oh, cool.
Bombae, where would you want to go?
I would go later because the thing is with a roast, the later you are, the more you can react to what's happening in your roast.
Yeah.
Like let's say you go number 6 or 5 or 7, 5, 6, 7. You can make fun of 1, 2, 3, 4 in your roast.
Yeah.
That's
right. You can come up, and because it just happened. It's so fresh in the judges' minds. It's so fresh in everyone's mind because like you were so bad. What the was that? And then you read them a little, and everyone's been through that, so they know what you're talking about. So I would go. I wouldn't mind going at the end. You don't have to be last, but I wouldn't mind going at the tail end of the list.
Yeah. No, I agree. I also would like to go after Susie though. Oh, sorry, not Susie, Lexi. I would like to go after Lexi or before Lexi. That way I can, because she, even with like a little bit, she crashes out really bad. So it would work.
Yeah, you could really sabotage. Like Lexi, like this episode, like just a little nudge and she is off the
she gone.
I saw a TikTok like weeks and weeks and weeks ago. Like I'm talking like before the season. And it was this woman that was like, does anybody else get the feeling that Lexi Love is 2 harsh sentences away from completely crashing out?
Yes, I saw that.
That's just her as a person. That's just her.
Yeah, the Oracle of Delphi. That's what the lady was. Because she really... the thing is though, like, she is like Torji, but like 10 times like worse in that regard. Like, crashing out, because even Torji would be like, just tell her something and she would like go off the rails. But like Lexi really, like this episode, I will always defend her, but this episode it was so hard to watch. It was just like, girl,
you know what? Lexi represents the backstage of a drag show after 11 p.m. once everyone's had their 3 drinks. So you know what? It's representation.
Yeah. Sometimes at the end, like when a pageant is going on, this is what's happening backstage. Queens are losing their mind.
Yeah.
They're yelling and fighting, and you're just like, okay.
Everybody was after Jules though. Like what does everyone think about that?
I think like Jules, she had a job to do. That was given to her by production. No matter what she did, someone was gonna feel bad, And it gave us a great episode. I don't think Jules at any point in time was really stressed out about the drama she was causing. She was like, I'm just going to do my makeup. I know what I have to do. These are my jokes. I'm going to do what I have to do. Like someone had to be the bad guy.
It was like maybe not the smartest move, and it backfired to ask everyone where they wanted to go and why, and try to be considerate, because at the end of the day, if you try to put that front, someone's still going to get mad. Like Lexi. So Lexi was really vocal about going to last in the villains roast. And unaired information, a tribe, Jules said that they didn't show that Lexi was offering to pay her literally like money to put her last. Jules said in her words, I will give you $100, $200 to put me at the end. And then she kept going, $300, $400. So Lexi was very, very particular. She wanted to go last.
But maybe she should have asked, like, put me in the. She should have added that. Don't put me after, like.
That's 500 more, Niru.
Like I feel like that's her fault. Like, how are you gonna ask to be like, oh, put me in last, and then get mad when you get put in last?
That's what I'm saying.
Like, girl,
it's
don't
like,
piss me off.
like Lexi asked for last. Jules put her last. It is not Jules's fault that Lexi failed to consider the potential complications of what going last could entail. It's not Jules's fault that Lexi forgot to consider that somebody like Suzie might go before her. You know, that's that's how I feel about that, at least.
And Lexi and Arrietty like getting mad, I think it's just projection because they know they're gonna flop. So they want someone to blame. Like that's what it is. And they're like, you know what, Jules, I'm gonna blame them.
That's fair. I do feel a little bit more sympathy and understanding for Arietty, though, because I do think that she did really view this as personal, that a friend of hers was going to capitalize on her poor performance. And I do think that she really did view that as something personal, not like necessarily a personal attack, but like a personal stab in the back. I do think that she did go in with the mindset that she was not going to do well. And I'm sure that perspective of Jules, specifically her friend going after her, kind of augmented those feelings even more. So I'm a little more sympathetic to that one.
If you don't want to feel that feeling, then don't be bad at comedy.
Okay, Niru. Wow. Easy for you to say, someone who has never been good at comedy. But Amanda, I have a question for you. Do we know if this episode, even though it splits into 2 days, was shot on 1 day or 2?
As far as I know, I went to a viewing party here in Pittsburgh at P-Town Bar. Shout out to Indica, by the way.
Hashtag the pit.
Suzie Toot was there. She was the guest. And if I recall correctly, she said it was 1 day that they were filming.
Yeah, I was gonna say it would be tough because what I always think about is when they have to do like they do the roast, right? And then the runway, if it's not in the same day, it's the same day. Like, what do they do? Because there's a whole another bit of time where they have to change. Like, I guess is everyone changing in private, like in trailers or on ice or something?
No,
like
you change in you do your makeup, you get like maybe an hour and a half between because Ru looked the same at the roast and on the runway.
Yeah.
So that's why it was probably shot on the same day.
I see.
Must have been a crazy day for these divas.
Right. And like
also,
go ahead.
What do you guys think of like preparing the roast before you get there? Like have someone else write it and you bring it with you.
Oh, 100%. There's so many generic reads you can write, especially if people are generic. Like I wrote some for you that, come on, I just like whatever. And then you just tailor it to a specific situation, right?
Yeah.
So you can have roast like that.
It's just, and I know it's easier said than done, but if you know you're not funny, like you think you're gonna panic, you're gonna not do good in a comedy challenge, then first of all, why are you going on Drag Race, which is 90% comedy challenges? But that's another conversation. But second is that like try to prepare as much as you can so you don't look like a fool. Like if you know there's going to be a roast stand-up type challenge, try to get someone to write things for you. You know there's going to be improv-based challenges. So try to do like look at some YouTube videos about improv or try to take some class. Like do something, anything, instead of just looking like a fool and in the workroom being like, oh, I can't do anything.
Just be shady.
Like literally, like
people so naturally.
Just be good.
And it's like there were queens who said, oh, I'm shady like that. I'm like, I can read a girl, but like, girl, where? We never saw it in the
picture book. That's what they were reading from. There were no words.
Like it's like, oh, I can be funny in the moment. Where? We didn't see it in the 10 episodes that we've seen.
Oh my god, I also noticed, Amanda, total segue, the way these images are lined up, Lexi's shoulder in the middle perfectly lines up with someone's arm.
God, it does. Oh my god, it lines up with I think Lydia, like another one. Oh my god, that's so funny. Oh my gosh. But another random side note before we get into the roast is like, I believe that this was in reference to the room when they were writing their jokes and not getting ready because that was like shown. But Jules said they didn't show. She was on one side of the room and everyone else moved to the other after figuring out the placements. Like, and she was by herself. And then Onya literally had to like pick up her stuff and move and go sit next to her so she wasn't alone. I feel so bad. Like, that's so sweet. But oh my god.
Never thought I would feel bad for Jules. I feel bad.
She's an empath, everybody.
Oh my god, Niru. You have feelings. You're the Grinch. Your heart just grew so many sizes.
That's just heartburn. That's not heart growing.
That's heartburn. But to those people who may not have seen the episode, let me just clarify. This was the order. Onya, Arrietty, Jules, Lana, Sam, Lydia, Suzie, and Lexi. This is the villains roast. We have special guest Whitney Cummings, and we have
what name is that? Cummings?
Yeah, I mean,
perfect for RuPaul's Drag Race.
I think also I think they should stop getting her on the show.
Has she been
Didn't
on
give
before?
a single good thing.
No, she had some terrible things to say about the firefighters in LA.
Oh,
What did you say?
So a lot of the firefighters in LA were like queer women.
Yeah.
Right. And she was like, "Oh, I'm tired of seeing all queer women firefighters. Do they only hire queer women? Are they just hiring people they want to fuck?" And I was like, just shut up. These ladies are.
Then maybe Whitney Cummings
so
should go and douse the fire herself. Like, what is she doing sitting on her ass?
So a true hater that they got for the haters roast.
And then the way she gave, like, what's the word? Like, when they come to like do the workshop, she didn't give a single good advice, or at least we didn't see any. She was like, "Oh, I feel so nervous doing this roast," and she's like, "Don't be nervous."
Thank
you. Okay, helpful. Like, really? She's like, structure your jokes. How?
Nothing.
Tell us how.
Yeah. Like, the only thing she would say is like, "Oh, Lydia Butthole, you must be really funny with that name." Didn't tell her how to capitalize on it. Didn't tell them nothing.
Like, you could be like, "Well, Lydia could have been like, well, your last name is Cummings. Are you funny?" We haven't seen anything.
I will say, I just didn't like her outfit.
It looks like
it was
looks
just
like
like
Metamorphosis's booth at DragCon.
Yeah, Metamorphosis's yarn booth.
Isn't it?
She's not even the host of that game show.
What's the name of that game show? I forgot.
The Price is Right.
Let's get this roast to cooking. All right, let's start with Onya Nurve.
Onya Nurve, I thought, was a very strong opener. I'm obviously I have to flex. I'm born and raised in Cleveland, and Cleveland is well known nationally for its drag roasts, as in like some roasts, like the roast of Anadonia Delight has been on Queerty and Pink News. It's kind of like it's made headlines before. It's very well known for that. And I think Onya Nurve did it good justice. I think she did really well. She had some really good zingers in there, such as "If you don't have star quality, get the out of here." And then Jules, that means you, baby. So she had some really good singers in there. And of course, Onya Nurve is just such a personable personality. She's so charismatic that she's like the perfect person to open the show. I think when Jules picked her to open, it wasn't anything malicious. It wasn't anything shady. I think she just knew Onya would be a great opener just because of her personality. Her best joke of the night was by far, though, the next contestant has the comedic timing of a cancer diagnosis. That was Anya's best joke, and that was funny. That was Cleveland roast right there, if I've ever seen it.
He said everything. For the rest of us, you don't know the rules of how this podcast works.
Yeah.
Jesus. This is turning into the Anya show, and I'm here for it. Okay. She was my front runner from the start. I'm glad she's shining. I loved her. I don't know. I don't remember what she was. I know this is what she was wearing, so it feels like I wish the skin matched her skin. If that's an illusion, but who cares about what you're wearing on a roast? She was funny as.
True, I agree.
Next, we have Arrietty.
Wow, Bombae, what do you think?
I mean, it was okay. To go in nervous was one thing.
Yeah,
I don't know. I can't separate her from her being malicious in this challenge.
Yes,
it's really hard for me to say, okay, let's just look at her material and then look at what she did separately, because I think she would have been better off without stealing the material.
Oh yes, we
Yeah.
never mentioned she stole 2 of Jules's joke as a way to get revenge on Jules.
Which
Yeah,
is crazy.
Yeah.
knowing
And
fully well
they
that Jules
never.
was going after her.
Yeah.
So it
They-
really throws you off, right? Because you like when you're going for this, like you have 45 seconds and that's your set. Suddenly, if your jokes get taken, you don't have time to prep.
Yeah.
I'm sure Jules was freaking the fuck out walking from there to the podium to do her set,
Yeah.
but she still killed it. But Arrietty, I get that humor is not your thing. If humor is not your thing, lean into it. Like give us something to work with. It just felt like she was so nervous, and it just all the jokes were just like,
Yeah.
oh god, and even the jokes she stole weren't delivered well. Like if you're going to
And-
steal, at least do it justice, right? So you not only ruined her joke, but you ruined the delivery of it as well.
Yeah.
Maybe she was hoping she was going to get the Lexi Love treatment for Snatch Game. You did so bad, you're in the top.
But you have to have. This is mean. I'm not gonna say it.
Say it.
I mean, for it to happen, like what happened with Lexi, you have to be charismatic.
Yeah.
Like you have to have that, like, oh, I'm up, ha ha ha. Like Arietty can't laugh at herself. I feel like, which is why it's harder to be like, oh, you up, and you're gonna be like, you did still do well. Like you can't if you can't laugh at yourself, how are you gonna laugh at anybody else? So it's like she doesn't have that, so it wouldn't have worked like that.
Agreed.
Amanda, what did you think?
It was so
She
bad.
loves
What? Yeah. Love is a strong word. I as soon as she started laughing, I was like, it's over.
Yeah.
Which was 3 seconds in. I think the reads back at her were funnier than the roast itself.
Yeah.
Also, it was never acknowledged that she stole jokes.
Oh,
acknowledged
yeah.
it.
Like
It
in
was
the-
never
like-
acknowledged in front of the judges.
Yeah.
And
Because-
let me speak on that because Jules also talked about that. So during the critiques, obviously, spoiler alert, if you haven't seen this episode, Lexi is one of the people in the bottom, and it's Arrietty and Jules. And Lexi obviously is given that time to talk about her place and kind of throwing, in other people's words, throwing Jules under the bus. And so RuPaul also gave Jules a chance to speak, and she was like, do you have anything to say? Do you still stand behind your placements? And Jules just was like, I stand behind it. Like I could have snitched, but I'm not a snitch. And she just, kept it in and didn't say anything in front of them, which is interesting.
I think
could have.
dumb. That's
I
so
know.
dumb.
there are no high roads on Drag Race.
Right.
Yeah, like that's
If
so
you're
dumb.
on TV, go on, Niru.
No, they could have like put Lexi in the bottom. It could be like, oh, it was it's like drama if you cried a little bit and be like, oh, they stole my jokes, I was up. I think maybe it could have been like, oh, you're gonna be safe. I don't know.
I wonder
like
if her saying something would have kept her out of the bottom, because like
I
if
think
it
it
was
would have.
giving you the opportunity to say something and you don't,
Yeah.
then
Girl
it's like
dumb.
you're not
Maybe
listening.
if she had said, I'm not gonna say anything because I'm gonna be in the bottom and I'm gonna send this home myself personally, wrapped up in a
that would have
box
Yeah.
with a ribbon on it. I don't trust
Yeah.
any of these to send her home except me. That would have been like, let's go, Jules Sparkle.
Yes.
Hey.
And of course, speaking of Jules, let's talk about her segment right after Arrietty, right after her jokes were stolen.
Belak, go ahead. Oh, Belak, you didn't say anything about Arrietty.
Oh, because what is there to say? But Jules Sparkle is, she was just really thrown off kilter by her jokes being stolen. I think she might have been okay if Arrietty had not given her that blind side. And it's really fascinating to kind of like watch this transpire, because I genuinely believe Arrietty stealing Jules's jokes is probably one of the big. We've never seen sabotage like this on Drag Race before. Never.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like there's never been sabotage between Queen on Queen like this in years. So it's been really fascinating, and it really just tripped Jules up. I do think she had some good jokes in there, like the one about Lana. The next queen is gorgeous, and her comedy, she's gorgeous. You know, like she had some potential in there, but she was just really thrown off by Arrietty sabotaging her like that. And I don't think there was much room for recovery for her.
You said that. You said it.
Spill, Mama. Thanks for spilling.
Kudos for spilling.
Oh.
I feel like the jokes that she wrote were fine. Her delivery also, I feel like, is not. Like, I mean, she was thrown off, obviously, but it's just like, I don't know, just the way she delivers things kind of it makes me want to not laugh. Because she's funny. Like, she's been funny in other challenges, but it's just, I don't know what it is.
What a weird critique.
I know. It's just
the way she says things makes me not want to laugh, but she's funny. Like, what?
Like, it feels like, and I say this with love, like, I feel like she knows that she had, like, she produces, you know, like she's in the confessionals, in the workroom. It's like she's produces it herself, and sometimes it's like it doesn't feel authentic. It's like I know you're trying to get a moment, which is fine because it's Drag Race. You got to have a moment, but it's just sometimes it's like a little too much. But I still enjoy her. You know, it's not like she's funny. She has some sort of like humor in her, so I feel like that was better.
Yeah, it sounds like you're trying to save yourself. We get it, Diva. We get it.
Yeah,
the way she talks is not funny, but she still has a little bit of humor in her that makes it funny.
Pick a lane. For me, I just think that for Jules, even if she had the delivery all pat down and the way she wanted it to be, I think she would have been max like safe. I don't think the jokes were funny enough to put her in the top, but I think she could have placed higher if she wasn't thrown off.
That's what makes Arrietty her decision even stupider. Why would you copy jokes that aren't funny?
Exactly. Like, Onya was literally right there.
Yeah.
Steal some from Onya. Like,
and the jokes that she stole weren't even like the funniest of Jules' set. I'm still like,
yeah, it's like when you're copying on a test and you copy from the class idiot. You're like, of course you're going to fail, you dummy.
I mean, for Arrietty, those were like Pulitzer Prize winning jokes. Like, she doesn't know. She was like, oh, that is definitely it. Joan Rivers, mama. Like, she really thought that was like,
oh my god,
Peabody.
Oh my god, yeah.
Oh, well, I cannot wait to talk about this next one. Let's talk about Lana Jure.
Love Lana. I think we're all Lana fans here. We're all Lana friends here.
Mm-hmm.
This is the Lana I know.
Period.
This is the Lana I know, and I've always known. Similar to Lydia, if she was ever going to finally show up to the competition, the time was now, and she did that. She completely tore, had Plain Jane clutching her pearls.
Yeah.
Absolutely was spectacular. Like, I'm just so happy that Lana Jure finally, I don't know where she was before. I don't know if she was in her head or anything, but I'm so happy to see her kind of like break through like this. Because everyone here, I think, can attest to like Lana Jure is personable. She's humorous. And we've kind of been waiting to see the person we know come through on the stage. And she finally did that. Very happy for her. And just straight up, I think top 3 funniest jokes of the night too was obviously about Sam Starr. Welcome. Her family owned my ancestors. It was just absolutely genius. I really loved what she did here.
White on time.
Yeah. I was so distracted by how good she looked. I'm just like, she had like this glitter on her face. I was like, oh my god. Yeah, what a great episode for Lana.
True. It's just, it was kind of painful for us to like every day come on here and be like,
You were in the trenches.
It's nice to like say something positive for a change. Like she did good. Like to quote Lana about to die, so Ru wanted her to be happy. Like it really was. I didn't have enough time. It just was like right there. So I'm so happy. I'm glad.
I'm so happy in like the most complimentary way possible. Like, this isn't meant to be like a read, but like I felt like I was on a Twitter thread and I was seeing all the really good tweets that I'm liking, like in the responses, like everything was so clever. And I think because Lana is like us, like growing up online. I think unexpectedly to other people, this was the perfect challenge for her because it's writing down the jokes in advance, having 3 people that we all tweet about all the time. And so I feel like it was second nature and no one was ready for that, but like it makes total sense to me. So I was really happy.
Yeah.
And moving on, we have Sam Star.
Sam Star. There was a tweet that Lana had sent out where she said, Sam Star was a little too quick with her rebuttal to my Sam Star, she really kind of had that quick-witted response with, oh, my longtime family friend.
Yeah.
That was a really good thing for her to kind of think on the spot. So I think that was kind of really good. I thought she did good. She did solidly good, but I don't know if you guys noticed, but it felt like her...
Very short.
How it was edited, it was really short compared to everybody else's. Like they only did like 1 joke for each villain for Sam. They only showed 1 joke per villain for Sam, and then they moved on to the next diva.
If you're safe,
Maybe
there's
she
no
said
point
something-
showing more.
Yeah.
Right?
Maybe
Like, if
she
you're,
said something political.
No, this is Sam Star, please.
I said MAGA. Oh.
Did you see that people on TikTok were trying to say she was a Republican?
What?
They're calling her a Republican.
Because of her Americana outfit?
Idea, but it's like everybody believes that Sam Star is a Republican, and somebody tweeted, "Is she really Republican?" And then Lana and Corey were like, "Yes."
Listen, not all white people are the same. Okay.
Oh my gosh. But I do. Oh, guys, I have to tell you something. Jules said that there was an unaired moment when critiquing Sam Star. RuPaul asked if they were actually family friends.
Oh my god.
And they were like, no, that was part of the joke.
Oh my God.
But in a good
Yeah,
way.
like a well-deserved high placement. Yeah. Like,
Mhm.
but nowhere near the win, of course.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah. I feel like it gave like Trinity energy, which obviously they're related. But like
Trinity trains her daughters well.
she does. She does. Like Sam is also growing on me. I know that might just be me and Matt, but you know, like I mean, I knew her ahead of time, but like I mean, like as a TV viewer, like her character on the show is growing,
and she's doing really well. She's doing very well. She has been consistently in the top, and I would say like deservedly consistently in the top.
Yeah,
like, she's actually been a huge surprise for me, and I'm very happy to see her kind of have this top streak, do very well. Because I didn't know her beforehand. So getting to know her like this, and she's really been growing on me like that. Very impressed with her.
Next, we have Lydia B. Kollins.
Phenomenal.
Yeah, the Lydia blew it out of the water. She blew it out of the water. I think she was just hit after hit after hit after hit. Every single joke was a knockout of the park. In my opinion, the best joke, not only of her roast, but of the entire night, obviously, was the oscillating fan joke.
Oscillating fan. Yes.
That absolutely sent me into orbit. I really think that if she was ever going to finally show up to the competition, this was the episode to do it. So I'm very happy for her. She really proved herself that's it.
Yeah, I think this was an example, Nero. You were saying if you could like write jokes beforehand and then just change. Like a lot of the jokes directed at Mistress were kind of run-in-the-middle fat jokes. And they just replaced Mistress with whomever they'd written them for.
Yeah.
And since there are no big girls left in this cast, it was all Mistress. But yeah, that definitely stood out for me because I had to go back. I'm like, did she just say that? What is going on? Yeah, but the oscillating fan was also one of my favorites for the night.
Yeah. That's the thing. Like, if you do it well, nobody's gonna give a that you pre-wrote those jokes.
Unless you're Gottmik.
Yeah, like that. Don't pre-write someone else's joke. That we should clarify that. But hire someone like on
hire
Fiverr,
hire Niru to write your jokes,
and then you'll be in the bottom. You know what? You'll get a storyline out of it.
Yes.
But, like on Fiverr, you can pay someone $50 and they'll write you something.
Next, we have Suzie Toot. And I know we were talking about, like her edit was really short. I need to talk about the edit for Suzie Toot, because again, another Tribe Nashville exclusive moment, right? Where Jules is spilling. Jules spilled a lot. Like Jules kept going, and I was like writing it all down. I was like, oh, this is great.
Thank you for your service, Amanda.
Thank you. Thank you to Tribe. Thank you. So Jules said that Suzie was connecting each judge to a character of Wizard of Oz for like a very, very long bit that got cut. And she was like, Rue, you're Dorothy. Michelle, you're the Scarecrow. And apparently it did not go well. Everyone was just kind of sitting there like, huh. So that was interesting.
So I can attest to that because Suzie said that at the viewing party I went to as well.
Oh, okay, great. Oh, we got our fact checked.
We got fact check here. Hello.
What was the joke? Do you remember?
No idea.
No. Wasn't good.
Even her set that we actually saw, I have no idea what she said.
Yeah, I cannot remember one thing Suzie did in this episode.
Well, she had one joke that I wrote down that I thought was really funny. Was Raven's job is beating a dead horse.
Yeah,
that I thought was funny.
That is funny.
But overall, I thought Suzie's roast was fine. I thought she did fine. I thought she could have, when watching the episode live, I thought she could have been in the top until I heard the tea about the Wizard of Oz jokes, as well as the fact I thought that she got a little mean-spirited at the end, specifically when she was calling up Lexi, and she says, an ugly with no friends, Lexi love.
Yeah.
And that, like that is funny in a sense, but when it's a roast, they always tell you, it's like, be careful that you don't go too mean-spirited.
Right.
So I think that was kind of like she needed to rein that in a little bit, but.
Her saying that with that makeup.
Oh. That was a good one.
Love. I really do. I really enjoy Suzie. We know she's funny, so I was expecting a lot, and
so
what we got was just like, girl, like get out of the stage.
Yeah.
None of her jokes went over Anya's head.
That was so like, it's like, girl, bye. Like if that is intellectual, then I don't want to go to school.
It's like giving the kid in high school who had a 35 on their ACT and they bring it up all the time. Like, well, I had a 35.
Oh, intellectual. She thought she was Tina Fey up in there.
Oh God.
It's like, girl.
Okay, before we go to what's the next segment?
Lexi. Our
oh,
last.
okay, let's go Lexi.
Okay, next up we have Lexi Love. And speaking of that comment from Suzie, when Lexi said that having no friends really threw her off, I know we have the huge Lexi bias, but like that's not like it is technically an excuse, but it's not a lie. Like something like that will throw Lexi off as someone who knows her and has seen her backstage. It will like literally hurt her feelings. So, it's not an excuse to do bad in the roast, but I can vouch that that's for real, how she was feeling probably.
Yeah.
Anyway,
also,
go
the
ahead.
tone of it also makes sense, right? It wasn't said like in a like a joking way, like oh haha. It felt malicious, so I get it. I get that would
malicious gay faggotry.
Yeah. It's like in that moment is when I realized, wait, maybe Lexi Love being threatened by Suzie is valid.
Yeah, like
He's just out here throwing punches left and right at Lexi. But yeah, no, I feel like we can tell, especially in this episode, we can tell that Lexi Love, and Amanda, I'm sure you probably can reiterate this as somebody who like knows her personally. Lexi seems like somebody who's very hard on herself. Mm-hmm. She's very self-critical. She always kind of seems like the type of person who puts a lot of pressure on herself. And that kind of comes out in here in this episode. Her roast, I thought, once again, she had a couple good zingers in there, but I do think that her low placement was warranted because of, you can tell that she was a little tripped up by what Suzie said, as well as the events of the day in the workroom. Mm-hmm. But it's just been really interesting to kind of like witness Lexi like that. But I will say though, I think after this episode, I think we're going to see like a Lexi Love renaissance.
Yeah.
Just based on like the critiques and after everything that's happened in the workroom, I think we're gonna see kind of Lexi actually start to blossom after here and kind of like set aside her inner saboteur. And she's gonna move forward and up from here, I think.
At the end of the roast, then the villains came and said a few words to our girls. I feel like a standout was when was it Plane that said, "You're going home"?
Yeah.
Candy.
Oh,
Candy
Candy.
was-
Oh my god.
Learn the words, baby. Learn the words.
Learn the words. There was also an unaired read to Lana that Jules mentioned that I thought was so funny, and I had to mention it.
Mistress
To
said,
Lana, "You're the stripper and the pole."
Wait, before we move to the runways, can I do my roast for Niru?
Of
Yeah.
course.
Since
Okay.
I don't
I'm
want
gonna
to
try not to laugh.
Okay, cool.
I'm just
Niru
serious,
loves
okay?
to talk about movies on TikTok. She talks about them like she's been to Cannes, but in reality, the only Cannes she's seen is a can of beans.
Well,
You know,
I
that's
didn't.
actually
No,
not
I didn't
true.
get to.
That's not true. Everyone knows Niru doesn't eat vegetables. She just looks like one.
Also, I famously didn't win the can of beans. I was robbed of my Wowie win. Instead,
Moving
Carrie
on.
Colby won the
Moving on.
most educated.
Niru's actually, no one knows this, but Niru's actually very eco-friendly. All her opinions and takes on movies are completely recycled.
He's like, oh.
And I think I have to stop reading Niru now forever because in India we respect cows way too much to do that.
Okay, that was really good. That's really good. Oh my goodness. Wow, nothing for Amanda?
I do, but I don't think it's really that good.
Say
Should
it.
I think
I
it's
mean-
unreadable.
All the other 3 reads for me weren't good either, so just do
Oh,
it.
off. I mean, I'll see what. Okay, these are what I would for Amanda because Amanda sings pop songs in Japanese. She calls them covers. I call them war crimes. Amanda claims that her unfiltered vocals are all raw. Sis, if that's raw, I don't want to hear what you call cooked.
That was good.
Yay!
That was good because it has some truth to it. I'm just kidding.
That was good. That was good. I still think you would have been the bottom, but it's okay.
Yeah.
All right, let's move on to the runways. Matt, we do our toot and boot. If you just a reminder, 8 is our toot, regurgitate is our boot, devour is our shoot.
Okay.
And nibble.
You can say nibble if you want a soft toot, but you don't have to.
And if there's a really bad one, you can say diarrhea.
Oh, that's new.
You regurgitate from the other end, is what it is. The category was short shorts?
Yes, the category was who wears short shorts.
What a prompt.
What a weird
Yeah.
prompt. Let's start with Arrietty.
This is. I hate the bodice because it's supposed to look like her skin, but you can see it's like when Plastique wore that corset with latex and you could see the ribs poking through. So this
Yeah.
looks like it's a really good look, but the pants are not the highlight of this look, which is the category.
Yeah.
So for me, this is a regurgitate. It's a really good look. Like the headpiece, all of it works, but the category is pants, not headpiece.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm going to say regurgitate. I think the headpiece and the shoulder pads gaslight people into thinking this is a good look.
Yeah.
But yeah, the bodice and then the shorts themselves, I hate those shorts. They're
Yeah,
just
it's so
disgusting.
bad.
I'm sorry.
This
But
is
who am I?
something she had that had shorts in it, and she's like, "Power."
Oh my god. I agree. It's not a good look. What a week for Arrietty to go home, look at your worst.
She's getting whacked left, right, center.
Left and right.
In, out, in.
Get her again.
Get
Not
dunked in the water
in,
tank.
out. And
She got dunked in the water tank, backstabbed by her friend, flops the roast, steals a joke, flops those jokes, and then the worst runway of her season.
Season. Oh my god, what
Oh
a
my
way to go.
gosh.
Isn't that?
Neither, what
it's
do you
a-
give it?
It's regurgitate.
I'm also going to give it a regurgitate. The fabric, the way it reflects, makes those shorts look like a diaper.
yeah, and it's so
Yeah.
weird. You see the 3 creases coming right on where her crotch would be. Like, what?
Yeah, and like also the undergarment where it's like like the chest. I've
Mhm.
seen them in real life, many times when you need something that's a little more breathable to work in. But like I would just never imagine someone bringing that to Drag Race because it just won't ever look good on camera.
Especially when she took off the shoulder pads for the lip sync.
Oh my god.
Mm.
I hope there's a
Really
screenshot
bad.
of that. I hope, because we need to talk about this look without the shoulder pads,
Yeah.
without the headpiece. What is
Oh.
it? Is
The little sunflower, like flowers on the.
yeah.
And
So
like
this
the
is
way
also-
her face was stuck when they were doing critiques, it was like Botox or something because it's like you could see the anger in just the eyes, but you couldn't move any of her face.
Oh, it says.
Anyways, next up, Jewel Sparkles. What do we think, Matt?
Jewel Sparkles. Okay, first thing I'm going to say is to Michelle Visage, not every Rue Coco look is a Marie
Yeah.
Antoinette look. I'm
Yes.
going to say that. With that being said, I like this look. I feel like there's something missing.
The
Mhm.
pants.
Yeah, that's what it is. That's literally what it is. Shorts is such a weird category because it's like
Mhm.
it's gonna look top heavy.
Yes.
Like just... I know you were gonna make some like top heavy.
No,
joke.
I wasn't. Listen, everything isn't a fat joke, Niru. You need to get over yourself.
Except Niru, who is a fat joke.
I know it's really
Ah!
hard to get over that, but just we're not there. I just think this is So I was just talking. I was agreeing with you about this look, Niru. She's wheezing. Sounds like a car.
Well, Matt, what do you give this?
I'm gonna give it a nibble because I like it,
Mhm.
but I just feel like I'm missing something.
Yeah.
The pants.
All right, Bombae.
This is a regurgitate for me. I'm so like she came out and I'm like, wait, maybe I got the category wrong. I was like, okay, what? And I don't see the shorts.
At home.
Yeah.
Yeah. I agree. Same regurgitate.
I'm gonna give it a nibble because I like how it looks, but then also regurgitate because it doesn't fit the category. And like, who would have thought I'd be here saying this? But I think that Suzie did it better.
Oh.
I'm crazy. Yeah.
Yeah. So those are my thoughts. Let's move on to Lingerie and her Naomi Campbell D² reference.
Yeah, I loved this because actually, Nero, I think you brought up a good point that when the category is shorts, many of the looks are going to be top heavy. I think that actually Lana found a good medium here where, like, if something like shorts is going to be so simple, then something up top should be so simple. Whereas with
Yeah.
Jules, I thought it was missing something because the top was so extravagant. I thought that both halves of the top and the bottom here really matched well, and they kind of had like a similar dose of clothing and fabric here. I think she looks beautiful in this. This is really good for Lana. I'm gonna give this an 8. Wait, what? Yeah, it was 8, right? Yeah.
For me, this was it was a regurgitate. I got the reference. As soon as she came out and threw the bags, I'm like, okay, we're giving Naomi. But what about this is Lana?
Yeah.
I mean, she's the daughter of Lux who references RuPaul all the time. But even in those looks, you could kind of see Lux had an idea of where that look was, where it was going. I feel like this is cosplay. And yeah, it's a great look, but you're cosplaying a great look. Like, you can't go wrong. I mean, okay, you can go wrong with this. But I feel like I'm like, what about this is lingerie?
Yeah.
I mean, she could have tweaked something, like, given us a little bit of her because we get the reference. As soon as you throw the bags, we know who this is, right? You don't need to be so heavy-handed with the reference. We get it. And I agree, the shirt, the cap did. I was like, was that a MAGA hat? But you can't ruin everything for us. It was make America gag again. Okay, yeah, for me it's a good thing.
I didn't like this, and I feel like she looks gorgeous. You know, actually, I think her, and also how her skin like always looks so like twinkling in the light. Like it's really great. I'll give it a nipple.
I think I'll give this. Oh, I hate to give it a regurgitate because I love the reference, but I'm gonna give it a regurgitate. Maybe these are like the actual D squared pieces, and I understand not wanting, if that's the case, not wanting to like quote unquote ruin them. But I think there's a way to do this where you can drag it up, like make it shine a little bit, like stone it or something, and maybe adjust the top so it fits a little bit better. Or maybe like add more fringe where the fringe is. It's so street clothing, which I don't want to say like queens have to like dress it up so intensely for Drag Race to make it like unaffordable. I know that's a huge discussion, but when you put yourself up next to all the other people in the lineup, it's going to stand out in a negative way. So it's about like finding that balance, you know?
Also, no one cares that this is an original D squared piece. It's not a Bob Mackie. Like, it's not like something that cannot be touched because it is like, whoa, you know?
Yeah.
It's no one cares. You could have just recreated this with a tailor in New York and added your own isms to it and made it yours.
And we still would have gotten the reference, even if it
Exactly.
was a little bit different. It's so iconic. But love you, Lana.
Yeah.
Next, we have Lexi Love.
Straight up going to give this an 8. I thought this was spectacular. I understood T.S. Madison's critique, but I did not care about T.S. Madison's critique about this being like her 4th draped look. And the other thing about that too is that they brought up like, oh, you've worn draped looks so many times, but it's been like a different type of drapery every single time. First time it was a cape. Second time it was like the skirt. This time it's like the jacket that's wrapped around her elbows. Like it's been at least a different drapery every time, but I think each time it's so unique in its own way that it doesn't really matter to me. I thought this was spectacular, and I really appreciated what she was saying, how she said like a lot of her friends and family helped work on this piece, and so she felt very loved and connected to them in this moment. So I really appreciated that, and overall this was a very good product. I'm gonna give this an 8.
Cool. I'll give this a devour. This is my devour for
Wow.
I was like, dang.
That was a close one.
She knows how to work with that. Like just the swag. Like she just walks down and you're like, my God, beautiful stuff. I wish the wig was a different color. But maybe if she thought she was gonna lip sync, she needs something to like work with it. Maybe that could have been a change. I'll give her that benefit of the doubt. But what an amazing outfit. I don't even know how it's held on to her body. It feels so delicate. Like one string you pull and the whole thing's gonna fall off. But I love that. So yeah, for me, this is a devour.
Yeah. I think this is great. I will give it an 8 too. I love how the dress, like the outfit itself is simple, but it's the back that is more like flashy. And this is how I think the shorts can still be highlighted, but also you can have that.
Mm-hmm.
So they're Daisy Dukes.
Bikinis untucked.
It's a woman's world, and you're lucky.
Oh no, you ruined it. I give this a devour. I really like this. Next, we have Lydia B. Kollins.
Ooh, I loved this. I like this a lot. This is also, I feel like, very Lydia. I think Lydia really thinks outside of the box and kind of has not necessarily conceptual looks, but more so just looks that your average drag queen wouldn't think of when they hear the category short shorts. I really like this. It's very her. I'm going to give this an 8. I don't really have many notes about this. I really thought this was well done.
Cool. I'll give this a nibble because maybe she mentioned this and I skipped it over. What are the short shorts here?
That's her leftover skin.
Mm-hmm.
What? But where are they? What?
It's like the underwear. It's literally underwear.
That little like white line at her hip.
Oh, and she's white, so that okay. I mean, it's a nibble because it's great execution, but whoa, wild! It's a really good look. It's fascinating. Look at it all. I'm not done, Niru. So if you could just.
Oh, I thought you were done. I thought you were done. Sorry, you were not saying of anything
No,
substance.
I'm done.
So.
You know what? Go pop off, sis.
It's not like you were saying anything of substance. So. Oh,
Well, please
I
say your piece
don't.
of substance.
It's a nibble, partly because until she explained it, I didn't get it. That's underwear. That's not really. I mean, it's short, but it's underwear. And also, if her skin was peeled or whatever, why aren't her legs, like the feet, also not peeled? A red, like shoes, would have been made more sense. I don't know. It's just like there's things here that I want to like it because of like the blood stuff. I love horror, so I like that. But I don't know. If you're gonna do it, do like push it. You know. So yeah, it's a nibble for me.
Yeah, I'll give it a nibble as well, but I really love the creativity behind it. I loved the thought process.
So really had like a lot of emphasis.
I did. I really enjoyed it.
Really, I really like.
It's really unique, individual.
No, that is creative. That is creative. Oh, the way this picture is just not flattering for the look at all. Oh my god. Okay, well, I didn't pick this, but next we have Onya Nurve.
So I like this look. It's very Cleveland, and I say that lovingly. I really like this look. I like the idea of kind of like just the really, really high short shorts that it goes all the way up to great a bodice. I don't know if I can't tell, but it looks like just from my view on the camera here that she's wearing purple shoes. I can't tell.
No, that's the reflection of the stage.
Yeah.
Is that what that is?
They're
Okay.
gold.
Yeah.
Okay. But I do like the leg pieces. I like the, I don't know what to call those, but I do like those. I'm debating between a nibble and an 8, but I think I'm gonna give it a nibble.
Cool.
Yeah.
I love this Borat drag.
Oh.
You know, I think she took a classic silhouette and updated it with a commitment to showing women who are strong. It is really different. I would like, and like, you know, the fact that all of the like it's all band, like it's supposed to be one band, is stupid and silly, and I love it. And she looks like she's having so much fun on stage with it, which is what the presentation sold it for me as well. She ate.
Onya winner nerve.
Yeah. I mean, she's still my pick for winner, but I don't like this look. I'll give it a nibble. Did she do a denim look before, or am I?
The only blue look I can think of, like similarly, was like the nails runway, but that was just a lot of blue. It was.
Oh yeah. That's what I'm thinking of, like the jeans and the thing. So I feel like that was. Yeah, I know that was like pants. So I liked. Like I wish that she did something like that that still felt.
I also love that this is a whole catsuit.
Mm-hmm.
Because if it was just a wee bikini, you would see puckering, but she actually got this whole thing made. Just so silly.
Yeah, I mean, I don't love this. I don't think this is her best look. So
yeah, I think I'll give this a nibble, and I liked the concept. It was just, I think it could have, I don't know. I liked it, but I didn't like love it enough to give it an 8. Next, we have Sam Starr.
Oh, sorry.
She wanted Melissa Bianchini's nachos.
One could only wish to have Melissa Bianchini's nachos, actually. But this look was good. I like this. I thought this was like good. Yeah, I really don't have any notes about it. I thought it was outside of the box as well. With a category as simple as short shorts, I do appreciate when a queen might think of something that's kind of different, because what drag queen is going to sit there and say, yeah, I'm going to do a football look? You know, it's very different. I don't think she definitely made this with the anticipation that nobody else was going to show up with something like this, which I like. So I like the color combo, the red and the black and the white, really shows, especially with the white, that really shows a lot of her ancestors.
It's culture.
It's culture. But yeah, I think I'm going to give this an 8. It's a very well-made look.
Yeah, for me, I'd give this an 8 as well. It's just different. It does have short shorts and it has so much more going for it. Which I like. Yeah, no notes. It's just very well made.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm surprised she didn't go red, white, and blue. But this is very Republican of her. This is what Travis Kelsey dreams about at night.
Who's that?
Travis Kelsey.
There's no way you
Taylor
don't know who
Swift's
Travis.
boyfriend.
How do you not know
Oh,
who
that
Travis
his name is
Kelce
Travis Kelsey. My bad. I'm sorry. I know who he
Media
is.
literacy is in the gutter these days.
I know. I didn't realize. Like didn't put 2 plus 2 together. I was like, who the fuck is Travis Kelsey? Okay, Taylor Swift's boyfriend. I know. Sorry.
Niru.
Who would that?
Niru, what did you think about this look?
I don't. It's not great. I mean, it's great. It's great. I just don't. It doesn't stand out to me particularly, but I like it. I think it's drag. It's polished. It's it's like a Sam Star, always polished. So it's an 8 for me.
I also give this an 8. I really liked it. I liked the presentation, and when she did the football move, so you could really see the shorts. She went backwards and put the football somewhere like the hut thingy. I don't know. Yeah.
Also, this is not even football. This is handball.
No, this is American football.
Yeah, like
this
it's not
is
football.
probably American. None of us
Yeah.
are really qualified to know what it looks
Right.
like.
No, but
No, hold on,
you
hold
don't
on,
use
hold
your
on.
foot. You don't use your foot.
Yes, you do.
You
You
use-
kick the ball ahead.
But then you don't. Everything else is like with hands. Like you take it and you run.
Well,
Right.
what?
Football, the football that I know, hashtag
Oh,
yeah,
not
yeah.
my
Soccer.
football. Like
That's soccer. That's what they call soccer.
yeah, that's we call it football. It's football.
Sam Star voted for Trump. They're going to start moving this football.
Next, we have Susie Toot.
Yeah, this was cute. I really liked it. As well, it's another one that's outside of the box because Susie Toot is so cerebral that she's probably the only person who knows what Shakespeare is. Definitely thought outside of the box here, but no, in reality, I do think this is look. It is very Susie Toot because it's very not only reminiscent of the fashion of like the 16th century or 17th century, but it's also very inspired by those Hollywood pictures of the early 1930s that would do like those Shakespeare adaptations, kind of like those big bright costumes and those Technicolor spectacles.
Well, we wouldn't know if it's bright costumes.
Not even a Technicolor picture. Do you even know what that is? Susie does. But I do like this. I'm gonna give this an 8.
Cool. I'll give this a nibble. An 8. I'll give this a nibble. My only issue is why are the heels white?
Yeah.
But it's such a small, and her neck isn't white. But she's going for the face. She's going for that makeup look. So my only nitpick is that the heels are white. Why it gotta be white? Niru?
I was liking this look. I'll give it an 8, but I will give it a nibble. I was liking this look until she turned around and on the ass it says peach.
It's just fruity.
Fruit or whatever that is. I don't, sometimes you don't gotta be funny all the time.
We get it. Yeah.
Yeah, like it was already a good look. She looked like old, like an old timey person. But like coming out and it's like fruity, like girl bye, like that
It's
just
all
pissed
one of
me
those
off.
juicy couture.
I was
things.
gonna say it was the juicy font.
Yeah, but like girl, it just pissed me off. I don't know. It just I don't know why it pissed me off. And then
He's just so cerebral. You wouldn't get it, Niru.
Yeah.
that's true.
It's like Rick and Morty. You need a certain level of intelligence to get the jokes, otherwise it passes right over your head.
Also, probably for the first time, her makeup matched the look. So I'll give her that. Like, I think this is good. In that case. But the fruity fruit pissed me off. Like, girl, no. I don't know why. It just...
Yeah. Well, I think I'll give it an 8. But looking at this, I don't know why, but it reminds me of The I chimed in with the haven't you people ever heard of? Like the music video. I don't know.
That was so nicely done, Amanda. You really
Thank you. I really tried my best with that one. I said, let me get it all accurate and perfect just for Bombae because I know Bombae loves my raw vocals. Yeah.
Those weren't the cooked vocals.
He's reheating her vocal nachos.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't really have anything else to add. Oh gosh, untucked. Oh my god.
I love this untucked.
It's so good.
Arietty is saying, "Oh, comedy challenges, girl, that pisses me off." It's just, I like. It's been 17 seasons of Drag Race. There's been like 10. It's going to be 10 All Stars now, and there's been so many international franchises. Like, there's every country has a franchise at this point. How are you still mad that Drag Race has comedy challenges? Like,
Yeah.
Girl, it pisses me off. And I'm sorry, like, if y'all are Arrietty fans, I like her, but it's like, I don't know, I was offended.
The reality
like,
of the
really?
show is that there's going to be more there are more comedy challenges than any challenge, more than sewing, more than anything.
Even on season 3, which is notoriously known as a fashion-heavy, design-heavy season, there's only 4 design challenges, 5 if you count the makeover, and 6 comedy challenges.
Yeah.
Even way back then, it's always been more comedy challenges.
What was she expecting? I don't know.
It's like, girl, I think she was meaning to apply to Project Runway, but she accidentally applied to Drag Race because like, and I don't know. That made me mad. I was like, girl, don't piss me off. And she was already like getting on my nerves. And I know this is not serious. This is a TV show, but like, I'm rolling my eyes. Take a improv class. Like when you get to All Stars, and if you're still unfunny, I'm sorry. Like, bye.
Wow. Wow, your tone seems very pointed here. I thought this untucked was really fun. Go.
Even the floppy girls back in the older seasons were still like banter. Like they could still, do
there was
something. Like, it was saying cha-cha. What'd you say?
There's a self-awareness to it that I think is lacking.
And it's like, I don't know. It's just, I'm just, whatever.
Yeah. It was a tough watch in some parts, but it was a really good untucked.
It was.
And I love that they are resolving the drama pretty nicely in these untucks. They're always apologizing at the end. It's pretty good.
Onya is the goat.
Oh, I love Onya. Onya is the voice of reason.
Yeah. Onya was
when Arrietty was like, or somebody was like, oh, Suzie didn't do good either. So, and then Suzie was like, I thought I did good.
Especially Onya. Oh, Onya was on fire. Like, okay, Onya was my winner preseason. Onya has just every single episode reinforced why I want her to be my winner. Not only because she's great at every challenge, but she just has gone toe to toe with every single queen this season. Not only toe-to-toe, she's like kind of won every single time. Like nobody, every single time she goes toe to toe with queen, all the other queens leave bothered. And you know what Anya's doing? She's
just chilling.
She is chilling.
When Lexi was like, if you want me to care about her feelings, then what about my feelings? And then Onya was like, because you're wrong. I don't care about your feelings. It's like, I was like, exactly.
Well, yes.
Yeah. Everybody was bothered.
Then the bottom 2 were Arrietty and Jules, and they lip synced to Yaya by Beyonce.
What is this screen cap? My God, jump there.
I'll leave it at that. I mean,
I thought that was from a horror movie.
Lovely song for lip sync. I'm sure I haven't got to see it. They both actually did decently well. Arrietty took her shoulder pads off, and then it was just watching like Hulk Hogan do his thing on stage.
It gave me war flashbacks to when Aura lip synced against Jax, and then she had to take off her costume, and so she was just kind of left with like no top on, you know.
Yeah. And Jules, I love one thing about Jules, at least with this look, the way her wig just bobbled as she was like
Yeah.
performing, it kind of had its own dimension. Uh, she'd do this and the wig would get there like 3 seconds later.
Yeah.
It was really cool. I think it was a fair choice of who went home. Yeah, what did y'all think?
I was kind of
thought-
shocked. Go ahead, you go first. You're the guest of honor.
Of honor, dishonor.
Yeah.
I thought that I thought that Jules falling over was so graceful. We haven't seen like a fall like that so graceful since like Kylie Sonique Love. I thought that was really well done, how she kind of recovered from that. I just want to take this opportunity to say this season has been pissing me off with the amount of confessionals during the lip syncs.
Yes.
Mm.
Ugh. Let me listen to Yaya in peace. They had like 2 confessions or so. I think Jules is doing good, and it's like 2 seconds into the lip sync. Like, girl, we haven't even seen her move. Oh my god.
With that being said,
Oh boy.
Arrietty goes home, and we got these dark, scary screen
This is
caps.
honestly like watching the new Annabelle movie or something.
You know why I put this screenshot here? Is because her mirror message was evil. So I was like,
And she spelled tooth wrong.
she did what wrong?
She spelled teeth wrong.
Really?
Your teeth, yeah.
Teoth. Teoth.
Yeah, I think
Oh,
what a oh my god, like it was so sad to see, like, you know, she had kind of like just dissociated at this point. When she walks back into the workroom and like leans against the frame, I was like, bitch, what did they do to you from the walkway to here? Like she looked like she got hit by a truck. And then the truck backed up and hit her again. She was just on a completely, like, she had spaced out. She was on the astral plane, just dissociating, and she's like, I have to.
Yeah.
And they kept cutting to her when she's talking to the camera, and her lips were all like. It was so much information as a viewer to just catch up to. I have to go back and see this again.
The mirror message was so nasty.
So nasty. For those who don't know, she said that. Oh, what does it say?
From
What
one
is it?
smelly
It was
bitch
like-
to another. Anya, please brush your teeth.
Like on that is okay. I can. This is so weird because on Canada's Drag Race, when you're writing your message, before you write your message, the story producers is like, what do you want to do? How do you want to be remembered? So they kind of make sure your message is a little bit more, it's less raw and just more like, because like if this is the last thing you want to say, why would you make this about another person, let alone about something so malicious?
Yeah.
Like the story, like it just paints in such a bad light. A producer should have stepped in and said, babe, you don't want to be remembered like this.
Yeah.
Mhm.
No matter what you're thinking, let's just yeah.
Off.
Yeah.
It's
not-
giving Raven like a bitter. Remember when Raven was like, she kind of ate that, but still, in retrospect, she ate that, but it was kind of
see,
nasty watching it.
Did you say
At least
Reagan?
that read was good.
Raven, Raven.
Oh, Raven.
Ravine. I mean Ravine.
But
Sorry,
at least
Bella,
that
you
read
were
was
saying?
good.
Yeah.
What was it like? Enjoy
Wait,
this.
Tyra, look to the stars. You'll never be one.
It wasn't
That's
a personal attack on her, any part of like her physical whatever, you know.
Yeah.
It's just such a petty thing to say. You could like, oh,
But I think in her mind, she thought she was roasting. She was like, "This is roast."
This
I
is top tier comedy for
Yeah,
Arietty.
she was
you're
like,
so ugly. You should brush your teeth. Like,
yeah.
When she left, and then the Whitney Cummings was like, "Oh, she's finally funny." That was terrible. I was kind of appalled by the behavior at the end. I was shocked. Like, I don't know, not to like. I feel like I sound like someone on production saying this, but I was like, this is so beyond. Like, this is so rude. Like, you're throwing the lipstick. Like, when you're done, you're like thrashing things everywhere. You're like, it's like you're throwing the adult version of like a toddler tantrum right now, and I just couldn't believe what I was watching, and I was like, you want to be remembered like this? This is not good. Anyway, that was the episode.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Oh, who are your like top twos and stuff? I think I know Belakboy, but still, who's your top two? And
yeah, my top two. My number one is for sure Onya Nurve from the beginning.
So she's going home next.
Let me give you the curse. Let me give you the Belakboy curse. But I will say my preseason top four are all still here. It's top 7, so they're all still here. I'm gonna celebrate that one.
Lana, Lydia, Onya, and Lexi.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, you love your elves.
I'll take them every day.
Take the L, Diva.
But I would say my top two for sure is Onya and Lexi. I think.
You still for Lexi? Like
I like Lexi a lot. I think the behavior, I think this episode has been kind of sour, but I do think that she is somebody who struggles a lot with kind of these environments. But I really feel confident that we're kind of going to go see a renaissance of Lexi Love after this. I think this is going to be like a breakthrough moment for her. And just preseason, I've really liked Lexi Love a lot. But Sam Star is on the up and up as well, though. Like I've really liked Sam Star this season. So
it's
I
a
would
good time to be a Republican.
I'm saying that to appease Trump, so I'm not on his hit list after this. Yes, I like Sam Star, Team Sam Star. No, but yeah. So I really like those three a lot.
Amanda, who's your top 4?
My top 4, I would say Lexi, Onya, probably like thinking strategically, Sam, and Suzie. Suzie too. Yeah. I'm lucking on my answers.
Okay.
The silence is really telling.
No. I'm gonna say based on my my personal preference, I would say Onya, Lexi, and then I would like to see Lana there and Susie.
Yeah, I would like to see Lana there too. I hope she can make it.
Yeah.
I'm just like scared, you know. But thank you so much, Belakboy, for joining us. We had so much fun chatting with you.
I hope all the 3 people who asked for Belakboy feel vindicated in this episode. We
and I hope all
we did it for
people
you
that were rooting for Bombae on Canada 3 are happy to see you.
And they're all 3 sitting here.
Yeah, it was us.
It's just us.
One thing about Canada's Drag Race, though,
here we go.
Because though people are always one thing, like if they see a South Asian queen, people will root for them because historically, but Bombae proved them wrong. I think that.
Well, thank y'all so much for watching Press Conference, and we will see you next week. Bye.
Bye.
And follow Belakboy. He needs it.